Damn, Rudy.
Hey y'all, hey. My name is ShalannaVanna, and I am here to talk about money boobs. Woo-wee, golly gee. So, this is my first video ever. Well, my first YouTube video ever. And I thought that it would be a good first video to talk about my breast augmentation. For one, I watched so many breast augmentation videos prior to getting my surgery done, and I just thought it was helpful. And if I have my own, why not be helpful as well? So, I'm going to give you guys all the details as far as where I went, who my doctor was, how much I paid, and my recovery. I am currently 10 days post-op. I got my surgery done on April 30th. But before I even get into those details, I definitely want to talk to you guys about what led up to me being here with new boobies. Ooh, I'm excited. So, this is a little awkward, because I'm not talking to anybody. I'm just talking to a camera. Well, obviously, I know that. I'm just going to be myself and see where this goes. So, how long have I been thinking about getting my breasts done? I've been thinking about getting my breasts done for, I would say, maybe 5 years. Not seriously for 5 years, but it's just been a thought in my mind. I would talk about it with my sister a lot, but I will go back and forth with it. Growing up, I always had small boobs, obviously. I thought that they would eventually get larger because my mom has big boobs. Yeah, she has big boobs. I don't know if that was inappropriate, but I just want to make sure she doesn't see this. And I was like, I'm gonna, that's my mom, genetics, duh. But that didn't happen. But it wasn't really something that I was super self-conscious about. I was never really self-conscious about it, like in high school or anything like that. Like, I never looked at wearing V-necks as something that I couldn't do. I know a lot of people who want to get their breasts done, they feel like, they want to be able to wear those kind of shirts and things like that. And I was wearing those things anyway. I didn't even think about, them fitting me differently. I just was like, it fits me how it fits me, you know what I mean? But I would say 5 years ago, I'm like, maybe it would look nice to have, boobies that are a little bit larger. Nothing crazy, just a little larger. And I keep looking up. Anyways, that doesn't even matter. Y'all understand, it's my first video. So I didn't really take it seriously until I had my daughter, Shiloh. So when I had Shiloh, first of all, when I was pregnant, my boobs got crazy. And afterwards, when I was breastfeeding, they were ginormous. And I was like, damn, these things, they look good. You know what I'm saying? They look plump and stuff and juicy. But I still wouldn't have really wanted them that big on a regular day-to-day. You know what I mean? But I definitely did like the way they looked, and even the weight I gained after my pregnancy put weight in my breast area, and I liked the way it looked. I liked the extra cleavage and stuff like that. So I was like, I would probably, definitely get my breasts done. I lost all that weight from my pregnancy, and you know what happens? I lost all the weight from my boobs too. But it's not like they went back to normal like how they were before. They was you know what I mean? So my boobs were even smaller than they ever were. And they were a little flat at the top. And I'm not knocking anyone who looks like that or saying if you look like that, you should change it. But for me, now I no longer like the way it looked in my clothes. You know what I mean? And also, I'm not a bra person. I don't like wearing bras. I don't really like things that are tight on me. I don't like jeans. I don't like things that make me feel constrained. I don't know. It bothers me. So when I will wear shirts without a bra, now it looks crazy. Now it looked like, girl, you need to put on a bra. So now I started thinking more seriously about getting my boobs done. However, I had other financial obligations that I needed to take care of. Getting my breast done was not a priority at all. So I just put it on the back burner. I'll get to it when I get to it. You know how you do those things. It's like, okay, in the future or whatever. But I finally said last year, like at the start of COVID, like, Shalana, do what you need. Technical difficulties. Do what you want to do. Do what makes you feel good. Like, I'm just in that zone right now. Like, I'm in a different mind state. And why are you procrastinating? But I still have financial responsibilities that I needed to tend to. Things I needed to pay off. And it would be irresponsible of me to have gotten my breast done at that time. So I said, let me put my breast on layaway. I had my virtual consultation with the doctor, Dr.Nilay Shah at Doctor's Plastic Surgery. We're going to talk about how awesome he is in a second. But I had my virtual consultation, and from then, I felt like I could trust him. So I was like, I'm going to continue to move forward with him being my doctor. And I just gave him a deposit. And from that time to like a few months, like maybe 6 months time period, I just paid off my breast. And it's like, before you know it, I'm like, it's time to set a date. So I had to get, anyways, wait, I'm moving too fast. Slow it down. So, anyways, I just said last year, it's time, I'm going to do it. So, once I put that money down, in my mind, it was like, it's a go. Like, you're doing it. It wasn't any pressure or anything. I'm just like, when you pay it off, you pay it off. You know what I mean? And then you can get it. And you know it's on the way. It's not something that's like, okay, one day I'll finally get to it and I'll do it. So, yeah. So, to the place that I went to speak on the place that I went to, I should say. So I went to Doctor's Plastic Surgery in Long Island City, Queens. Amazing. They are amazing. They are super professional. They make you feel so comfortable. Because that was something I also was wary of too. Because I was like, you know, like, I've never been in a plastic surgeon's office. I don't know, like, it's just weird, like, to think of if you haven't, you know, gone yet. You know what I mean? You're like, what is the experience gonna be like? Like, are people gonna just be like, is it gonna be a bunch of people in the waiting area? Like, I just didn't know what to expect. I was very ignorant to it. You know what I mean? But when I went, first of all, the office was empty, clean, nice. The ladies there are wonderful. They make you feel so comfortable. And you do another consultation with the doctor, because the virtual consultation was because of COVID, obviously. But they need to do another one. They need to see you face to face. So I did a consultation with Dr. Nilay Shah. They have a nurse or like a medical assistant in the room at the same time. They make sure that there's someone of the same sex in the room with you. So I felt comfortable, and I told him, I was like, doctor, I want to look proportionate. I should probably open this road too. I want to look proportionate. I don't want to look crazy. And he asked me, like, what look are you going for? You know, I had to be really clear on that, because there are girls, obviously, that go in there and they're like, hook me up. I'm trying to look like a bottle girl. I'm trying to look like a stripper. You know, that wasn't me. That's not what I wanted to do. To each his own. But I really wanted to look proportionate. On top of that, I'm slim. And I also realized, like, I'm slimmer than I think I am. You know what I mean? So I had to, like, be extra. Ooh, my veins were just popping out. I had to be, like, extra precautious with choosing a size. So what they do is they give you a bra like this, a compression bra, and they give you chicken cutlets. He explained to me that there are two types of implants that they provide, saline and silicone. I chose silicone for the more natural look and feel and how they're going to settle down and stuff. He also explained to me some people like that saline look and of more of a faker look, you know, but that's not what I wanted. So they give you this bra and they give you chicken cutlets so you can basically have a simulation of how you're going to look with your breasts. suggested that I do not exceed 350 cc's. He suggested between 300 and 350 because I said I still wanted to look like something, but nothing crazy. So I tried the 300 and then I tried the 350. The 300, it was nice, but I was like, if I'm gonna pay for this, you know, let me do a little more. Like, do a little more, Shalonna. And I did want it to look really full. So I went with the 350 cc's, which is what I have now. I am once again moving far ahead. Bear with me. This is my first video, as y'all know. So I went with the 350 cc's, and now it's time to prepare for your surgery. Meaning you gotta get your blood work, you gotta get your EKGs, and all that stuff. I knocked all those things out. My potassium was low, which they wanted me to bring up, so I was taking potassium a lot, drinking a bunch of like pomegranate juice, eating a bunch of pomegranates, eating bananas. I don't really like bananas, but I was just eating them because I needed to for the potassium, on top of taking the potassium pills. Also, I am anemic, and my body doesn't absorb iron because I have something called ulcerative colitis. So I had to make sure my iron was up, because when you have surgery, you cannot have low iron levels. You are at risk of a blood transfusion, and obviously you don't want that. Like, you want to make sure those things are squared away. So once I got those things squared away, I got medical clearance from my primary doctor, and it was now time to set the date. And I set the date, and it was time to go to my surgery. So I went in. Oh, so yes, my surgery cost $5,200. When I initially booked the surgery, it cost $6,000, but they were having a special where they gave me $800 off, so that's why I paid $5,200. Yeah. So the day of the surgery, I had to be there. Oh my, am I spitting? Sorry, y'all. The day of the surgery, I had to be there at 8:30. My surgery was starting at 9:30, so I had to be there at 7 something. And I got there, I had to pee in a cup. I had to put on, the cap and the robe and all that good stuff. My hat. You couldn't really bring a lot of your personal items with you, so I just brought my bra, because I bought one off of Amazon, and I brought all my medications. I didn't eat that day. I had a good meal the day before, because I knew I wasn't gonna eat. Some oxtails with some rice and peas with some gravy, with my Snapple lemon. But anyways, that doesn't matter. So the next day, back to the surgery. So I'm preparing. They're putting everything on me. I spoke to the anesthesiologist. He's going down my medical history, which is very, very important to me, because I don't want to say I have a fear of, but okay, being that I have ulcerative colitis, I am put to sleep often for colonoscopies, but I knew that this is different. I knew that they put you to sleep longer, obviously, and I hear a few horror stories. I don't want to put this out there into the world to give anybody bad energy. That's because it was all in my head. You know what I mean? It's just fears that was in my head, but I'm just being honest on how I was feeling. So it was really important for me to have this conversation with the anesthesiologist. I felt comfortable, and he made me feel really comfortable, asked me sure that I had no more questions or concerns, and it was time to proceed. So I went into this room. They have a really nice, state-of-the-art room, and they make you feel comfortable. Once again, they ask you to lay on the bed, and he's like, I'm going to give you the anesthesia. I'm going to be talking to you. And he was talking to me. He was talking to me about my daughter, and before you know it, your girl was out like a light. All I remember, I remember the last thing he asked me was, what's your daughter's name? And I said, Shiloh. He's like, oh, that's such a nice name. That's the last thing that I remember hearing before I was out. Next thing I remember is hearing, Shalana, wake up, sweetie. You look great. And I was just like, ooh, my chest is tight. It felt like, I don't know what it felt like. It did feel like, they told me it would feel like something is sitting on my chest. And I guess that's the best way to describe it. It wasn't extreme pain. Like, it was pain, but it wasn't extreme. It wasn't something I couldn't tolerate. Like I said, I have ulcerative colitis, and I deal with stomach pain. I've had stomach pain that was worse than what I was feeling. However, the pressure, it just was really uncomfortable. I was laid down. I was laid out. She told me that once I got up, that pressure would subside slightly. So that made me feel better. But I feel like I have a low pain tolerance. So I just like, can you just give me something? I didn't want to feel anything. Like, pressure, I didn't want to feel anything. Like, I probably was being a little irrational, but she gave me something. And she made me walk to this room, like, where you just, like, chill out in this wheelchair. And I was there, like, I didn't even look at my breasts. I didn't even have the desire to look at my breasts because I was just so out of it. And then I just heard the girl ask somebody else, did you call her person who was supposed to pick me up? My best friend, Dev, came to pick me up. But before he came to pick me up, I was there, like, I remember I FaceTimed them, and they were just like, you're out of it. But after a while, I started regaining my energy, and I was able to, like, actually, like, be on my phone, text my mom, let her know what was going on, and whatnot. And then my friend came for me, and I was, like, good. Like, they wheeled me out in the wheelchair. I went into my friend's car. I went home. Like, I was sitting outside, like, to enjoy the breeze. My daughter was coming home 2 hours later, and I was outside picking her up from the school bus. With my mom, of course, because my daughter is rough. And, you know, if I needed to pick her up or pull her, I wouldn't be able to do that. So, but it was good. Like, I definitely thought that I would be in a lot more pain. I didn't think I would be able to do anything, a thing, after my surgery. And I was chilling. And they told me, you know, be very light on your diet and do what you can tolerate. Eat what you can tolerate. That first day, I had oxtails again. Like, well, first I had chicken soup. And then I had white rice with oxtails gravy. And I was like, all right, how's my body? All right, let me get some oxtails. You know what I'm saying? So, I was good. Like, I was good. And that night, when I laid back, I did feel a little pressure, a little pain. Popped a little pill real quick. I was out like a light. And I was good. That was on a Friday. So I had that weekend that I was just chilling. Like, I made it a point to just relax. Because that could be my problem. Like, I have a million things to do all day long. My to-do list runneth over. So I needed to be, like, to mentally block it out. Like, it took work. Even days, like, leading up to the surgery, I had to really, like, knock some stuff out and be like, all right, Shalana, please do not inundate yourself with things to do. Like, you have to chill. Because they said, like, you might feel, like, good, but don't do anything. Like, and I will have the tendency, okay, I feel good, let me do stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Even, honestly, that weekend, I was, like, cleaning up and stuff. I was doing stuff I wasn't supposed to do. However, I spoke to myself again and was like, Shalana, you gotta chill out because you don't know what you're doing. You literally just underwent surgery. So you might feel good, but you're stitched up. I'm stitched up right here. They gave me under the muscle implants. These are 350cc high profile. Just to say, I didn't say that before either. You could get low profile, moderate, high profile, or ultra high profile. I don't think they do ultra, but I just read about it. So they're gonna be up here. They're here to stay. But anywho, yeah, so I was good. Honestly, from that day till now that we're at like my 10th day post-op, I have not felt crazy pain. Like, and mind you, like I said, I've watched a ton of videos. I've been on Reddit looking at different people's stories. I'm just showing y'all different people's stories. My goal was a full C. I think I'm at a full C or a small D. You feel me? So, looking at these stories, I was like, you know, I was expecting to be in some sort of pain. I was not. Like, I'm so happy about my recovery. Like, I'm so happy. When I first finally looked at them, which was 48 hours after when I was able to take the bra off, I was just taking little bird baths for the first 48 hours. But when I was finally able to take them off, I knew that they weren't, you know, they're not going to look normal yet. And I know they were going to look high and super fake, and that's how they looked. But 10 days later, like, for this just to be 10 days later, they've settled in nicely. It's a lot more to go, but they've settled in. Like, they were, like, high and, like they weren't as round. They weren't as round as they are as far as, like, on the sides. Like, on the sides, they're round. You know what I mean? So, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with how they're looking. And I had my appointment with Dr.Nilay Shah 2 days ago, and he likes the way they're looking. He gave me advice on how to take care of them. I thought I had to, like, start massaging and stuff like that, but he's like, they're settling in nicely, don't do that. I'm gonna start to put silicone treatment on it in 3 weeks, because silicone treatment is going to take care of the scars. I don't want any scars. I don't want any of that. So I'm gonna definitely be on that. I'll even order some Moderna to be sure. You know what I'm saying? So yes. Where we at? 22 minutes? Okay. Yeah, so overall I feel really good. I feel really good about going to doctor's plastic surgery. I feel great about my doctor. I feel great about the size that he chose. Oh, this is what I wanted to talk about. He made me feel so comfortable, and I felt like he understood me when I was very clear on how I did not want to look. And he achieved that. Like, I don't want you to look at me and just be like, damn, look at her boobs. Not knocking anybody who leaves that impression. But for me, I wanted to, like, ooh, she got nice boobs. You know what I mean? Like, and maybe some people will have the first reaction, but I just didn't want it to be crazy. I want it to be proportionate. Like I said, I'm slim. I didn't want it to look outrageous on me. So, and that's something that I couldn't just go back and change. You know what I mean? Like, it's not an easy snap your fingers and it's changed. You gotta undergo surgery to have it changed back. So, he listened to me. He made me feel so comfortable. He has amazing reviews. And I mean, I really can't express that enough, because I know how important that is to us women. Like, we have to feel comfortable with the doctor who is giving us surgery, changing our body parts, and someone who is, you know, not just doing it like, oh, at least I don't feel like he's just doing it for the money. Like, I truly feel like he cares and stuff like that. So I had a great experience, and he has a wonderful disposition. He has a wonderful disposition where you really feel like, oh, you know what I mean? Like that feeling. And I would recommend him to anyone. He also does other procedures, obviously, facial procedures, liposuction, 360, all that. And I think their prices are really affordable. I know that the price of the breast augmentation has gone up since I put my boobs on layaway, but still affordable. New York surgery can be super expensive. I didn't want to go to Miami. I was not going out the country. That wasn't even an option. But, and not knocking any place outside of the country. But as far as recovery goes, I wanted to be able to go home after my surgery. That's it. Like, I wouldn't even do Miami. I wouldn't do Like, the furthest I would do from New York is New Jersey. Like, I wanted to be able to go home and, you know, or at least be close to home, even if I had to do a hotel. You know. So, I'm trying to think what else people would want to know about my boobs. Like, so 10 days post-op, they feel soft. You know what I mean? They feel soft. Like, it's no pain at all. Like, no pain. This is not hurt. This is not hurt. My surgery bra is from Amazon. They gave me this is the one they gave me. I woke up with this on, but I have another one from Amazon that's a zip-up one that I love too. I feel like it doesn't fit as tight as this one, which is fine. My stitches, the tape that they put over the stitches are still there. They told me not to remove them, wait for them to fall off. I'm just waiting for them to fall off, but that shit is on there strong because I be hot water in the shower and that thing is it's tight, which also makes me feel good. Like, you know, I feel like I had a thorough job done. And yeah, so that's it, because I'm yapping at this point, honestly. So that's it. I got my boobs done. Boom, boom, boom. I'm very, very happy about it. And any questions? Just write it in the comments below. That's what people say. Write it in the comments below. Subscribe if you want to see more videos. But yes, all jokes aside, I wish everyone and anyone the absolute best. If you are thinking about taking this journey, also do it for you. People are going to give you a bunch of opinions. They're going to tell you why you shouldn't do it. Only you know if you should really do it for yourself. And if it's going to make you feel better about yourself and you put thought into it, then do it. Then do it. Why not feel good? You know what I mean? So, honestly, if you're confident in it, in the decision, go ahead and do it. Save. Do it when the time is right. And, Carpe Diem, seize the day. So I'm going to give y'all like a little close-up. Oh. You have to lay on your back for like 6 to 8 weeks. I've been laying on my back. I got an UGG back pillow that's super comfy and it's amazing. I got it from Bed Bath & Beyond. I'm gonna put the link below. And I got a bunch of like cheap Target pillows to keep around me and stuff because that was a big concern of mine. I wanted to be comfortable while I slept. Sleeping on my back is really not a problem for me, but knowing that I had to be consistent with it, like I can't lay on my side. Definitely can't lay on my stomach. It was very important for me to create that atmosphere, and I've just been sleeping on the couch just to really make sure that I'm not sleeping in the wrong position. But yes, like I said, any questions, write them below. Thank you so much for watching, y'all. Thank you for coming to the end. Y'all real for that. Appreciate you. Be blessed.
Damn.